All right. Don't know if anybody has tuned in, but here we are on the evening of December 19th. We are right in the window of the new moon in the time of the solstice. So first, I'm just going to share some of the things that are happening with the, yeah, can somebody just check this to make sure my screen's doing good. That the purpose tonight is to do some astrological attunement, which is about getting ourselves in alignment with the energies that are going on in the cosmos, which means they're reflected as energies going on within us. And one of the comments that I want to make is that there is so much going on from an astrological point of view and cosmically that it's almost incomprehensible if we were to try to condense all that information. It's almost more like it's an alchemical thing. And so what I'm going to do tonight is, rather than give a lot of detail about the astrology, I'm going to give some pieces. And what we're really going to do is go on a journey. This is about us feeling our own vibration in how we're receiving and flowing with the energy of these cosmic happenings. And one of the reasons why this time, the new moon is, in some respects, it's almost more potent than the solstice itself, but really it's like we have this broad window. But one of the reasons is that with the moon, it is that's the embodiment. This is the time that we can feel, we can bring those energies in, even if we don't know it consciously in the moment. So what we're going to do also is intend, because I'm putting this out on YouTube live. I don't know if there may be anybody that ends up tuning in or not, but it'll be there for a while. And we're going to flow it right into this sound bath, but I'm going to start out with this idea. In a matter of minutes, the moon is going to come into alignment with the sun. And beyond that, it is in alignment with the galactic center. That's one of the reasons that this is really potent. So if you are, when you are out and about at this time of year, every year, but when you're out and about, when you are seeing the sun solstice a few days afterwards, it is aligned with the center. Beyond the sun is the galactic center. So some of the vibrations of this higher organizing principle are coming through the solar radiation at this time. And so when the new moon activates that, the moon comes by and it aligns with that sun, then that's activating the things within us. So that's one of the reasons why this is a really significant time, in a way that brings the solstice energy in, and the galactic center energy in. And then it just so happened synchronistically that the interstellar object called 3I Atlas is the closest to the Earth at this point in time. 3I Atlas, probably you've heard about this, and if not, then it was only the third interstellar object that has been discovered and is known to have entered our solar system. And it did so and was discovered at least at the beginning of July. It actually entered the solar system around 2015, 2016, the furthest reaches of the solar system. It reached Neptune at about mid-2023, and then it reached perihelion in October, early October, late October. And now it is at its closest to the sun, and it is moving exceedingly fast, 60 kilometers per second. And unlike comets, it's beyond our solar system. They're guessing it's about 7 billion years old. So it's been traveling through space for all that time. We don't know where it came from. We don't know a lot about it, but there are all these different kinds of anomalies. It changed from a red color green color, and now it's becoming gold. And how this might affect our own frequencies, the frequencies as having entered our solar system, and the way that its consciousness might be, if there's a consciousness connected to it, like the things have an energy, the planets have an energy, and this thing has an energy, and it's moving through our solar system and maybe affecting us on that level. A lot of things, if you've been paying attention at all, there's a lot of hype out there, things that aren't actually really true, but there's enough that we know to be true that it's mind-blowing. And all of this is happening with this kind of a synchronicity that is really so amazing, with a bunch of other things that are going on with the planets that we do know. And so, as I said in the beginning, part of what this means to us, because it's as above so below, as we look out into the sky for the signs of like, how are these the energies of, Jupiter is very prominent right now, and we can see Jupiter when it's near the constellation of the twins and so on. Well, how do the energies that are aligning, what is that reflecting in terms of what's going on in the human being? And it's actually, like I said, probably beyond our own comprehension. Something alchemical is happening within the collective. When we look out, we see a lot of things of the old ways collapsing and breaking down, even as there's this reach to hold on to old paradigms. So that, and some people are choosing that because that's comfortable to them. But those of us who are choosing higher consciousness, even though it's a bit like the fool stepping off the cliff and we don't know where we're going to land, it is the only way forward. We can't go back. There's no going back to some old way that never worked in the first place. So some of the key elements, I don't know if that light is telling us something. Flicker. So one of the interesting things, this is just a little interesting fact about 3i Atlas being discovered at the beginning of July, is that it simultaneously, from a different part of the galaxy, but simultaneously, was the longest duration burst of cosmic energy we've ever recorded. It was 8 hours long, and it came in a rhythm, 3 bursts, a 1, 2, 5 burst. Happened at the same time they discovered that. It happened at the same time, from an astrological point of view, that Uranus was aligned with the Pleiades. And Venus was aligned with Uranus, was aligned with the Pleiades, all at the same time as the sun was aligned with Sirius. That may not mean a whole lot to you. I'm not going to describe all that right now, but these are some amazing synchronicities, and we're really here to see what kind of energy can we tune into, what will arrive in our dreams, and moreover, what kind of dream do you want to bring forward? So one of the key things that I want to say about this is, since it's a bit on the ineffable side, meaning that we could break it down and try to describe it, and then our minds would go on tilt, trying to contain it all, or but to remember the key, the universal frequency, the universal vibration of love, and the connections to each other. That is what are going to be the most important things to get us through new things that we are bringing in. Because if we are in that kind of an alignment with love and gratitude, then we know we're in the right universal frequency, and whatever does come through in our lives are likely to be for us. So things may end up passing away. People that we're supposed to meet may come in. There's letting the old rigidified energy go is the first part that's a really critical thing to do. And the sound bath will help us do that. But maybe, I don't know, I don't think it's more importantly because we need to let that happen first to allow whatever these new things are to come in for us. So this all came together at the last minute. You know, I've been sick for 2.5 weeks, and Frank was very generous to step in to bring his wonderful instruments, and Kira was wonderfully generous to allow us to have this space because I knew I wanted to honor this time. So I am grateful. I'm grateful, and to those who arrived, those who listen to this later, for just the opportunity to share this. And let's see, with that, maybe what we'll do is let's just start with sinking into our bodies, first of all. We've only got a few people here, but if you need to let that, I'm actually gonna go ahead and stretch some of these stiff muscles out a little bit. So do that. Let the fascia in your body release. Start to release some energy, letting it go back into the earth. So it's not only we're in the last days of diminishing light, and our bodies respond to that. I was talking earlier, and I've been actually talking about this for many years. This is the time of year when we're amping up all the celebrations and the parties and the welcoming back the light, and very rarely do we honor the going into the dark, which is the time for the things to create decoctions of the year, of the energy of the year, and in the spiral life, however many turns you've made in that helix, there may be things there too that you're ready to digest. It's ready to compost. It's ready to become the wisdom of the next cycle. You know, I have a little bit of a pet peeve. Everybody and everything is always saying, well, let go of what no longer serves you. And I'm like, I think I'm going to prioritize all the shit that never served me first. No longer serves me. But what about that? And letting go and stepping away as though you can throw a switch. If we view every step of life as some part of the learning process, then these things need to be given back to the dark. And so let yourself sink in and give them back to the dark so that they can become wisdom. When a tree drops its leaves in the fall, it's feeding its next cycle of life, and it's feeding all of the life around it and the energy, but at first it has to go into the soil and be broken down. And it's not just burned away, given to the elements, it's composted. And so elements of the experience, whatever those experiences were, you know, where you were robbed, or you were addicted, or you found yourself in the wrong relationship, or whatever those things were, they all helped your soul to develop and that wisdom. So let's just keep doing that. And Frank, you can start giving us sound as it feels good, or you can make some movement here. I'm not the ideal person for creating movement, but do whatever movement feels good in your body. Like the moon, who's right now just letting go of all of her light to come back into that point in alignment with the sun. grounded, so from where you're sitting, or if you're watching this and you're lying down, wherever you are, allow from the base of your spine, the grounding cord to descend down through your chair and through the floor and through the basement if you're inside a building, or if you're lucky enough to be out on the earth itself. And allow that grounding cord with each breath to pass down deeper, taking some note of the layers of the earth as you descend through the loose layers near the surface until you reach bedrock. A bedrock that 400 million years old, where we are here today in St. Paul. And allow it to pass through that bedrock and down to the granite layer, even older, and into the molten layer of Mother Earth. And letting the grounding cord descend down beyond the molten layer and through the mantle. Letting it go very quickly now as changes in density and composition, unusual crystalline forms that don't exist on the surface of the earth. Observing as you go with these different tones that are washing over you into the second molten layer, even more primordial. Metals and elements that were cooked up in stars billions of years ago. Possibly even older than our visitor from beyond our solar system. 7 billion, 8 billion, 9 billion is when they may have been created as an element before they took form 450 billion years ago here in Mother Earth in the solar system. Find yourself with your cord all the way out to Earth, and at this point in time, as you breathe and feel that sensation of your body energy, your auric energy, being connected deep into the earth, say hello to Mother Earth. And ask that it be received and returned. With love and gratitude, give thanks for the life that we get to live. For these amazing forms created here in this solar system, on this planet. Welcoming Mother Earth up into your body, the energies of the earth, from the layers, the frequencies that are right for you at this time. Bringing them up not only in the spine, but open the chakras in the bottom of your feet. Because the feet and the ankles, the calves, and the chakras in the knees, and through the thighs, and finally into the pelvic area, all of those things are vital to our life and to the molding, the shape of that earth energy. And the wisdom of the first chakra can now take that earth energy and distribute it through the rest of your being, wherever you might need healing in your heart, or maybe that physical ache in your back, or the confusion in your mind. Just let the steadiness of the earth energy fill you. Another deep breath as you feel these vibes. Opening your head crown center now and calling down more of your own soul light from the soul star chakra, bringing it down into your head crown center, filling the head crown with your light and opening this center for as wide as is necessary as journey meditation. And then into the finally into the heart, and your soul light as much as you can embody into your heart. And at this time, we're going to send all energies away that do not belong with us in this moment, in this circle, and in your time, within your body. Just gently send them away. So they go beyond your boundary, and now you are grounded, and you are present, and you are centered. Allow yourself to feel some gratitude. And even as you do so, since we talked about it already, if you want to just observe, to know, to feel, to see, what are those things in your own body, in your own subconscious? As the moon moves into this position, it is like we can shed from the subconscious and from the emotional body, shedding it back into the dark, referred to as the dark goddess or the goddess of transmutation. That place where these experiences are transmuted, they are added to the Akashic record, but with the wisdom that comes from allowing this process of going from the dark before we emerge back into the light, letting the physical body let go of those things so that they can be given back to you as fertile soil for the next creations. And now from our space, from wherever you are in this grounded, centered, present space, and your awarenesses of the few things that are at this very moment. The moon is aligning with the sun, is aligning with the galactic center. And far out, beyond the orbit of Mars, 3i Atlas has reached its closest proximity to the Earth. And whatever 3i Atlas may have to offer us as a messenger, as long as you are feeling, keep reminding yourself to come back to this state of gratitude and a state of love. And if you want to create an even stronger container as these sounds are washing over us, and those of us in this room, and those of us that we are connected to, allow the heart connections, your powerful heart connections. Take a moment to connect. Just bring them to mind, open your heart, and if you'd like, you can feel a golden thread reaching the people who matter to you, or the non-human relatives. Standing ones that guard over your house. The beach that brings you joy or listens to your tears. That person from long ago who made your heart sing. But also that person that made your heart hurt. She may have been there as a teacher for your soul to get stronger. Finding yourself in the mix of both grief and love, because ultimately it is all love. Giving over what things are done at this time, that energy energy that we call the goddess of transmutation. So now we've stretched our awareness from our very embodiment, that which is of the earth, movement of the air in and out of our lungs, and vibrating through from these instruments, vibration of our own being within that space, the matter, the very vibration of the trillions of cells that make up our body. And reaching out to this cosmic messenger, if there is anything that it has to share with us, how might it change our frequency for the space of being in, or the cycles and movement from the dark to light, and holding love and gratitude. The messages you will receive will be in that resonance. Let yourself be a weighted guide and an antenna for your own growth. And as we do so, we also are collectively growing consciousness for all beings. And in that golden light web that you have created from your heart, from those of us in this room, and extending out through the global heart into other spaces, your children, your relatives, maybe across the planet, Colombia, Venezuela, Germany, Hawaii, wherever they may be, they're right here, right now. Your light and your being. Okay, we may have some guests joining us, so we'll pause. Just stay in the space. Welcome. Just choose a seat anywhere. So what we'll do is just take a moment to reiterate the grounding exercise. As soon as you're settled in, thank you for coming, by the way. And we started, maybe you already know that, we started a little bit early because we didn't know if anybody was going to come, but thank you so much. And we are broadcasting this on a YouTube channel as well, so that's being recorded as we speak. I'm Jeffrey Grutner, Shaman Astrologer. This is Frank DeCristina, sound healer, master. So, let yourself sink into your space, get comfortable. We've already kind of moved our bodies a little bit to let some of the kinks out. We've talked about the idea that this is the time of diminishing light, even though most people's focus is on the return of the light. We often don't give enough energy to that movement into the dark and giving back all of the experiences that we've had in this past year, and maybe even in the helix spiral of many years past, as we're reaching this point and we're in the final days of diminishing light. And that it so happens we are coming in together at this time that this new moon is happening, conjunct to the moon. Always that a new moon aligns with the sun, but the sun is currently aligned with the galactic center. So as we observe the sun come up and move across the sky in these days, we are also looking out towards the galactic center, and those frequencies are available to us. And with the moon there, those frequencies are available to us for us to embody. And I've already commented on the fact that this is also the day when the interstellar object 3i Atlas is the closest to the Earth. And 3i Atlas, this amazing, unusual object, is expanding things, is blowing our minds scientifically. And because it's entering our solar system, it's allowing us to experience something different. We don't have to get too wild and speculate about it, because an object like this, the synchronicities that's happening on this day when the new moon is happening, aligned with the galactic center, and there are several others, we can see that it is somehow in a vibration that gives us the opportunity to move into a higher frequency, a higher vibration, if we choose. So that's a little bit of a recap, but allow yourself to bring your grounding cord down from the base of your spine and let it descend down through your chair and through the floor. And I'll move through it fairly because I know you two gals are good at this, and we've already done this process, so we're going to go through that. Let it sink down through the layers of the earth, and noting the layers of the earth as they shift and change from the soils to the bedrock, to the granite layer, to the molten layer, to the mantle, and to the center of the earth. Saying hello to the earth being and inviting the healing energy of the earth being to rise up and into our pelvic area, the root chakra, but also up through the chakras at the bottoms of your feet, allowing it to be filtered and processed through the ankles and calves and knee chakras, and up into allowing the earth energy to spread throughout your being. And then bringing your attention to your head crown. Call down more of your own soul light, soul star chakra and beyond, bringing it down into your crown chakra, opening the third eye, throat chakra, and into the heart, and allowing the wisdom of the heart to distribute your soul light throughout all the rest of your being. And as you breathe into that, find yourself in a state of gratitude for your life or whatever you find. Because as you do so, you create a coherence between the heart and the mind, the heart and the brain, come into coherence and are being strengthened. And we were speaking earlier that as long as we are holding the vibration and the frequency of love, and along with it gratitude, we are attuning our antennae. We are attuning our waveguides. So whatever may be coming through with these astrological energies, these cosmic occurrences, they're going to be resonant with that. One of the things that I spoke and will repeat is that so much is going on that it is a kind of alchemical process, and that's why the connections, the heart connections to each other and in community are so vital right now to maintain as things change in ways that we do not know. That will remain steady. So let yourself make these connections again with golden white light connections to heart connections, perhaps even around the world, and to our non-human family as well, to the tree nations, the four-leggeds, and the winged ones, to the star nations, the mineral kingdom, the waters, the lightning. And as you do so, you're sending away any energy that doesn't need to be with you on this evening. And you're allowing your physical body to process. First, we invite in the goddess of transmutation, that energy of the dark that transmutes and transforms and composts and digests our experience so that it can be entered into the Akashic as wisdom rather than chaos and pain. So we give it as a gift. Your heartache might be a gift of beauty that adds to the wisdom of the world. Your joy, also a gift of beauty, adding to the wisdom of the world. We can also bring into our awareness that as we observe, what we're aware of is the sun now in our time and there in this space is well below. Since that's where the galactic center is, then you can feel also that the earth is beginning to align with that, with our body and our awareness. The moon and the sun are together, but so are the planets, Venus and Mars. So if you would like, I invite you to also bring, along with the sense of the sun, your spirit, and the moon, your body, coming together and receiving high resonant frequencies from these higher organizing principles that we think of when we think of galactic center. When we think of as we begin the new solar year here in the northern hemisphere, the solstice will begin to turn back towards the sun soon. But as we do so, we can also invite an awareness awareness within ourselves, because all of these planetary energies are within ourselves. We focus on Venus. What is it that we value? How is it that we wish to love and to be loved? The connections to one another. What beauty and sensuality brings pleasure and joy to our life. Nature within yourself. Know that as we look out at Venus right now, we describe her as being in the underworld. Not an underworld of dark, but one of being with great mystery, close to the sun. The conjunction coming soon. And because of that, it is an alignment and a transmutation to the light of spirit. So we are given what we are complete with, to this energy of the dark and transmutation. So we also renew within ourselves this principle of love and balance and relationship, and what we want to invite in to our lives. And now we turn towards that projective aspect, Mars, also in the underworld, meaning with the sun, being transformed by great mystery with the intensity of the light, and very soon they will all align together. But right now we can be aware as they begin to dance. Mars is that deep instinct within you to go out and do, to create. The things that you value, Venus, what are you willing to work for? What are you willing to give your energy to bring into being? Mars is the passion. The drive to do it. Several of you said yes, even though this was a last-minute pop-up ceremony. Braved the cold. You had trust and faith in Frank and me and Kira. That's your Mars. He says, let's go do it. It excites you. And these two energies are going through transformation now. And they will align in a few weeks. Sun. And synchronistically, they will also at some point align with 3i Atlas, giving it this other unknown higher frequency as well. But as they come together, they are coming together in you, so be aware. Be aware of how you love and how you act on what you love. It is with these two things that you create. You can imagine the paint on the wall, but until you put the brush in the pail and put it there, the beauty does not arrive. that is going through a transformation. So we invite in these higher frequencies to inform us first from our own soul light and from the love vibration itself with the alignment of coherence of gravity, with the fertile soil given back to us by the goddess of transmutation, who has taken all of our experience into the dark place, digested, composted it, and made it fertile, made it wise. So from the fertile soil of the Akashic of all that you've lived, this lifetime or others, and from the awareness that we are now going through something so unique, never before, maybe never ever quite again in this lifetime, are these alignments within ourselves that are being reflected in the sky and vice versa. We don't need to know exactly the outcome, as I've said, but having our awareness and our consciousness focus on it. With the alignment and coherence allows it to come into being rather than just be chaos. If we're operating from old states of consciousness and we look out in the world, it seems like chaos. But what is happening is a profound reordering. And it's up to us to choose, even if we don't know the specifics, to take that Mars energy, those personal love connections, and expand them to this place of universal love and compassion. Allow it to stream into your life to bring in a new order. moment, other than it is unique to you. Is bringing coherence to the chaos, those old systems transform, collapse, turn in on themselves. And perhaps your medicine itself is creating a little bit of that chaos because the old systems can't shine your light anyway. And it is supporting all that we've already spoken of. They're like these sounds that you are turning on and waving with now as Venus and Mars and the Sun and the Moon dance in the sky with the galactic center behind them. And now imagine that you can see this whole big picture of who you are and how you're vibrating in this solar system, archetypal energy, in humanity, and the whole universe. And in that picture, you find yourself in a dream where you can choose whatever you would like to be the new reality on Earth. Even as we have spent many months of watching reality dissolve, an imagery that may not be real but appears comes into being. Find yourself now again a soul centered within your body, aware of the creative forces that we have already invoked, and the fact that in your journey your specialized medicine is both helping to bring chaos of formation and the coherence, birthing of something new upon the earth. And allow this image, which comes into a resonance, it flows out of you and into you. And maybe you don't even know what it is, it's just it is a feeling more than anything. A feeling of compassion and love. Expanding on those moments that make you feel this way, that are the counterpoints to the other moments that push you beyond your limits, that give you learning, that give you strength, but always coming back to this universal love. And knowing that what is going on inside of you now, and in all of humanity at this alchemical moment of this transcendent moment with this galactic visitor, and all of our personal energies aligning with the galactic center, that you are compelling a vision to come into being in the coming years. Keep your way of guidance tuned to love, to gratitude. Keep that golden thread from one heart to the next strong. Love your community. Love your non-human neighbors and relatives. Gaze with wild wonder into the stars, into the planets, and know that it is happening in you as well. As all of this comes into the seed point. And when it sprouts and when it grows, what a wild and wonderful thing it will be. Let's ride the waves of the sound for a while. Allow the energy to flow. Image and experience to rise and fall. Begin to allow your energies to coalesce back into your normal states of consciousness. Noticing your heartbeat. Begin to be aware of your feet. Tingling of your hands, perhaps. Let your body move a little bit. You've held your muscles in one place for a while. Slowly bring yourself back into the space. As Frank invites the last sounds from these bowls to wash over us. Take some deep breaths. Those golden white light threads, allow them to reverberate back, warm your heart. You remain grounded by all these deep connections into the earth. Return to a normal state to let you function. Knowing that all you've received is a part of your being, and all that you've radiated is a part of the universe. And that all of it is good. All of it. To all of my relations, namaste. Amen. Thank you for anyone who has been listening in or watches this later. Thank you so much. And we're going to close this out now. Happy solstice and new moon, aligned with the galactic center in 2026. May it be the best year yet.